the modern Falkland Islands, home to almost 3,000 people. Situated 300 miles away from South America, they're quite a difficult place to get to, and with no native population, what were the origins of human interaction here? To find out, we need to act like Cher and turn back time to the 1500s when English explorer John Davis sighted the islands for potentially the first time on board his ship, the Desire. Davis spotted the islands on the 14th of August 1592, a day now celebrated as Falklands Day. John didn't hang around for long though. In fact, he didn't even step foot on the islands, and he continued on his voyage. See you later, John. The Falklands motto, Desire the Right, stems from the name of his ship, and now he's on a stamp, so that's nice for John, I guess. After John's discovery, it took a whopping 98 years until somebody actually landed on the islands, and in fact, it was another John, just to make things slightly confusing. In 1690, John Strong, an English mariner commanding the HMS Welfare, named the islands after the treasurer of the Navy at the time, Anthony Carey, the 5th Viscount of Falkland. I guess that's one way to please a boss. Anyway, this John actually sailed away from the now named Falkland Islands, and they were left uninhabited. Well, apart from the penguins, of course. This remained until 1764, when a Frenchman named Louis found a colony at Port Louis on East Falkland. In the year following, a British expedition led by John Byron, yes, it's another John, sorry, established a settlement named Port Egmont on Saunders Island. Ruins of the settlement still stand today, in fact. The British shortly developed a garrison and several permanent buildings in 1766 after Captain John McBride, I'm not going to say anything, was sent to secure the position and Britain's basis of claim over the islands. In the meantime, however, Louis was ordered by the French government to dismantle his settlement at Port Louis and sell it to the Spanish for diplomatic reasons. The Spanish left Francisco Bucareli, the governor of Buenos Aires, of then Spanish territory, in charge of the port and of expelling the British from their claim. This then leads to 1770, after the British refused to abandon Port Egmont. The Spanish responded with force. 5 warships were dispatched from Spanish territory carrying 1,400 Spanish soldiers. With the British settlement under command of George Farmer, finally a new name, they were forced to agree to terms which would allow them to sail back to Britain. With British and Spanish relations now being very delicate, and with Spain trying to persuade France to support them, these 3 empires were now on the verge of a potential war. However, King Louis XV did not wish for war, so the Spanish were obliged to negotiate with Britain, and so Port Egmont was restored to British rule in 1771 by Captain John Scott. Oh, there's another John. That's like 5 now. Well, that happened until 1774, when Britain had to leave the settlement due to economic reasons. Back to present day, Saunders Island is currently owned by the Pole Evans family, and Susan Pole Evans was able to show us the graveyard of the first British settlement on the Falkland Islands. Although these events happened centuries ago, the ruins on Saunders Island stand as a memory of this conflict, and the plaque left by the British in 1774 to mark their sovereignty still stands today.